Thank you, everyone, for joining our Teleseminar today, sponsored by Mind Redesign. My name is Amy Nakos, and I am the CEO of Mind Redesign. Today, we are talking with Barbara Parsons, the founder of the revolutionary human technology we call The Process, and also author of the book Take Flight with Your Life. Our teleseminar topic today is the most frequently asked questions about the process. I'm thrilled to have Barbara with me today. She has been working in the training and personal development field for the past 20 years. She has used the process successfully to help people create profound and amazing changes in their lives. Barbara is truly the guru of this human technology, and one of her goals is to get the process out into the world to help people realize the lives of their dreams. Barbara, thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, you're so welcome, Amy. It's my pleasure to be here.
Great. Let's just get started. What is the process, and tell us how it works?
How it works is basically it's a mind-body technique that allows us to access subconscious mind, locating any unwanted old beliefs that may be getting in our way. Oftentimes we have a desire to move in a certain direction, like making a sales call or giving a speech, and something tells us that that's not such a good idea. Well, that something means that there is a negative belief that is stopping us from getting there. So the process allows us to discover what the old belief is, and then we have the option to replace it with a positive belief, enabling us to move forward in the direction that we want to move in.
Well, that sounds amazing. What are some results that people can expect?
Wow, the results are so varied, but what I have heard repeatedly is that people feel that they really can just walk, talk, and feel confident about everything that they are doing in their life. They tend to feel more comfortable about themselves when they're in relationship. They're also able to disconnect from the action of others and understand that the action of others do not mean anything about them. And I'm sure there are those listening that know exactly what I'm talking about. They're able to feel more confident in career choices, monetary choices, and basic life choices, and a general sense of feeling kind of more connected to the spirit of who we are. It's almost kind of like having a little secret with yourself. From the negative reactions that you used to feel, all of a sudden aren't there anymore. So it just makes you feel really full, whole, and complete. And the truth is that life is meant to be full, whole, and complete, and that is what the process helps us get to.
After somebody receives a process, does it last?
Most definitely does last. Most definitely. And we get right to the old belief immediately at the time of the process. However, what might happen is that we're kind of like an onion in the respect that we have layers too, or at least our subconscious mind does. So if we redirect one old belief, another one might pop up, and the truth is that just means that that's another process there. So, but no, it does last.
So what do people need to do for follow-up?
Well, that's the beauty of it. There really isn't anything because the process takes care of it at the particular time. The only thing you might want to do for follow-up is more processing, and that's strictly a personal choice.
So do you ever find after people receive a process that they may drift from it?
Drift during the process, Amy, or during or...
From the results of it.
The drifting tends to happen more when they're in the process because sometimes it's hard to stay in and stay focused. But the more that you process, the more actual focused that you can do, that your body kind of gets used to and comfortable with experiencing the process.
I see. So how many processes do people generally need to reach their goals or to feel better about themselves?
Wow, that is so specific to the individual. Honestly, I've worked with people where they just needed one and they were off and running, and then I've worked with other people that needed 6 months to a year. Myself and a group of people, when we first started doing this, we probably 18 months, we couldn't get enough of it. So it really depends upon the person. But as far as feeling better, you really almost feel the results immediately with the very first process, and then they just get better and bigger and, as time goes on.
Good. I want to shift gears a little bit and talk more about the mechanics of the process. You mentioned earlier, you mentioned earlier that it helps to find an old belief within a person's subconscious. How does the process do that?
Well, we basically all have old programs, old beliefs that we carry around. And what we do in the process is we use a combination of dialogue, muscle testing, and certain body points to help discover where those old programs or those old beliefs might have lodged themselves into our subconscious.
And what exactly is muscle testing?
Oh, muscle testing is a technique, a method basically that has been used by doctors and other practitioners for literally hundreds of years. But what it is muscle testing is a method of determining your body response to a particular thought. So otherwise, if you're inhibited or you're excited, it creates a physiological disturbance that affects the muscular and nervous system of the body. So by using proper muscle testing, I point out proper because there are different ways of muscle testing, but if you use proper muscle testing techniques that involve, well, like for us, we use our arm muscle, there will be a muscle weakening or a strong response to the exposure of a specific thought. So otherwise, we make a statement, then we test the response. And what we're doing is we're looking for a congruency or incongruency in the muscle structure. And this enables us to access the subconscious mind, locating the answers that we are actually searching for. It's kind of like we're on a fishing expedition. The individual has all the answers, and the muscle testing helps us get closer to that answer.
Interesting. Can people muscle test themselves?
They most definitely can. After going through proper training, and usually after completing Train the Trainer program, you have all the tools that you need to process yourself, but most definitely you can do it yourself, and I do it myself all the time.
So you mentioned Train the Trainer program. That's one program that you have. Do you have what other programs do you have, and what types of issues or problems do they help people solve?
Well, really, the issues that they're just so varied and they're so specific to what it is that people are looking for, but we have a program that helps people speak more comfortably in public. We have people that are interested in being high performers, whether it be in an office or in a sports-related situation. That program is called High Performance. We have people that are really uncomfortable about managing and handling money, and we have a program about that. We also have one about men and women in relationship, and we all know that it's really understanding how we all operate in relationships that creates a good relationship. So that's what we do there. And we have a variety of sales training programs that help people get over the discomfort of call reluctance or picking up the phone and making sales calls. And so that's just we probably have about 15 different programs right now, and we're constantly working on new ones as well.
All right. In talking about the process and your experience, is there any other methodologies or processes out there that are similar, and how does the process differ from those?
There are a variety of different processes out there that I have read about and which I'm constantly searching myself. But there are, for instance, like Tony Robbins has a process that he implements, and so does Esther Hicks, and Dianetics also has. These are just three of the ones that I pop into my head at this time. But to the best of my knowledge, they really aren't as complete and thorough as our process. And you really have to locate the old belief in order to make any kind of lasting change. So it's really easy to say to somebody, go ahead and be positive, but if you don't know why you're not positive, it really is hard to change. And this is where and how the process really gets to the core of what the issue is and helps people to move forward.
Well, Barbara, can you think of anything else that we may have missed in our discussion today that you would like to talk about?
Wow, Amy, probably the only thing that I could add at this time is that I have literally worked with hundreds and hundreds of people, and I have seen some amazing, remarkable changes. I've seen people just shift their lives and move in the direction that they totally want to, and totally get unstuck from areas that they have been entrenched in for years. And it's just very exciting work to be involved with, to watch people make such positive change.
Well, I can't thank you enough for being with us today.
And you are so welcome. It is my pleasure.